Hello everyone and welcome back to Enigma's Cold War server on the version 2.0 of the coding, and welcome back to the Mig-21. So wanted to check how this was doing on the new server rule set and had some really good flyouts here. Now I was flying out with quite a few people on Discord, but I've decided this is a good one to just give an audio overview with. Partly because I think this sortie was a really good one to kind of break down and analyse, did a lot of things well, made a few mistakes. I think it would be interesting to take home a lot of that. And also because with the conversation that was going on in Discord, I would have to beep nearly the entire thing to avoid YouTube throwing a fit and some of my friends getting arrested. So anyway, with all that aside, let's jump into the first engagement and see how we did. So here I get an alert that I am heading towards a Tiger II. I see a missile launch. That was an F5 splashing a Mig-15. So heading towards these and see that there are two contacts down there. I do make a mistake here. I'm trying to dive in on them, but I do the roll too early, so instead of nicely slotting in on the 6, I have completely the wrong angle. So I have to pull off here, lose sight of them temporarily. Do you see two in a close formation there? Close enough that I know these two have got to be working on comms together. So I'm not in the best situation here. But as of now, I do seem to have a bit of an energy advantage. They don't seem to know exactly where I am. Again, I get a little bit greedy here. I turn in a bit sooner than I really should have. So lose a bit of the angle here. Do get tone there for a moment. But completely the wrong angle. At this point they definitely know I'm here. We go and we miss one another. I have to then focus on just recovering for a bit, because really I nearly hit the deck there. I was too laser focused on them, not enough situational awareness. So at this point I realise that there are at least 3 enemy targets in the area. So do call out on Discord, but none of my friendlies are in the area. Instead of the 2 ship I'm on, I decide to go on to this guy because he is in the vertical, and the Mig-21 really does prefer being in the vertical compared to the F5. So I'm happy to sit in the vertical with this guy, using my engine power to just outperform him here. Problem is, I am very much outnumbered. So I'm trying to end this sooner rather than later, but unfortunately he decides to go horizontal, which is the right choice for him. I stick a vertical and see 2 of them on my tail, one over here, really not too happy. So he tries to get guns on me, he does miss though. I'm then zooming in, get close to this target. I'm not really focusing on one in particular as much as I'm just going on various people as and when I think I see an opportunity. And here I realise there are 4 of them. I don't know if all of these guys are on comms together. They all do seem to have the same paint scheme. So do avoid there. I do have friendlies coming towards me now, but they are quite a way away. Do fire a missile there, but it doesn't track. Fire, miss, and then just as I look over my shoulder, realise I've got a saber right on me. I don't have the energy to pull away from him, so I'm trying to go into rolling scissors here and make him overshoot. Bit of a risk against the Sabre. The Sabre could definitely keep a lower speed than me, but at this point he has loads of speed, and I do manage to force the overshoot. I then go low and just burn for friendly territory, and I do make it away. Afterwards I then turn around and re-engage here. So here I see something on radar. So trying to approach on radar. He's higher than me, but I don't have any good visual here. He's above the clouds. Do get a radar lock, although I can see here that he's on the other side of these clouds. Luckily radar doesn't really care about clouds. Rapidly closing. Yeah, launch authorization here, so fire blind. This is Fox 1 that I'm firing here. Turn around and see this is a Vigan here. The Fox 1 doesn't quite have the angle on him, so I dive in here. Fire again. This is my second Fox 1 since I maintained lock. But that missile doesn't quite have the energy for this. The Vigan is going very, very, very fast here. So I'm just trying to catch up. It looks like he's going in on our runway. That was just the Fox 1 detonating well short of him. Fire a Fox 2, can also see the SAM sights launched on him. He launches back on the SAM site and goes evasive. That's enough to make him lose my Fox 2. He then turns sharply. At this point I initially think he's going to run for it. Instead he does fire on our ships. Second Fox 2 goes off. He does hit our ships, but I do get him. And so wasn't able to stop him carrying out his attack, but was able to limit his attack. At this point I'm completely out of sticks, so RTB. Do manage to make it back to base and do a reasonable enough landing. Alright, while I was rearming, an F5 started bothering our airfield again. Common theme on Enigma's Cold War II is strikes on airfield. I think the forward airfields could probably use some bit more defences, but as it is very frantic anywhere near the front lines. So trying to keep an eye on them, trying to work out who is who that here. Do finally get good eyes on this F5. F5's on the tail of one Mig-21 here, so I try and go as fast as I can. Though it turns out I did have my air brake out, I think, at this point. So struggling a little bit, but do get my Fox 2 off and splash the F5. Luckily the F5 was very much focused on his target. I don't think he knew I was there at all, and so we just see him drifting down in front of me. A little bit later, just across the bay, see a large engagement. Multiple friendlies, multiple hostiles, and a big furball here between Gudita and Sakumi air bases. And so trying to pick on my targets. See the shape of a Vigan up high. Got a Mig-21 in front of me. Trying to work out which to go for, or which enemy to go for. A little bit zoomed in, trying to ID, and then this Vigan just appears right in front of my nose. He's pulling in on the Mig-21, so I don't have too much time here. And this is where I learn another important lesson. I rearmed. At the airbase, I did not recharge my gun. So although I had the perfect opportunity there to get a guns kill, it was too late. He gets a missile off and splashes lithium there. Do manage to get the missile off in the end, but a bit too late. Lithium's already gone down. That's something I need to learn, so when you get rearmed and refueled, you need to then re-arm the cannon itself. It unloads. Shit, makes perfect sense, but it's just something I forgot there. Now, still in a bit of a dogfight here. Or a bit of dogfight, a massive dogfight here. See someone going down in a lot of flames off my nose. But ahead I do see someone. Get a bit closer, see it's an F5. You get lock. Fire Fox 1 at him. And managed to get it right on the edge of being too high an angle there. Still very much engaged, so we've got a Vigan and a 2-ship Tiger 3 kilometers away. One launches on me, I do flare. My flares manage to take out the missile. He fires again there, but too close a range for the missile to track. C's coming in with a lot of speed here. So roll over. Try and speed up. Ground chase. But I'm trying to get a lock on him. I don't have any Fox 2s left. I've still got a Fox 1. But against the ground clutter here, I'm not able to get a consistent lock. I'm trying to lock, but it keeps locking onto just random trees. He's in a Vigan. Vigans are very fast when they want to be, but he doesn't seem to be pulling too much ahead. I give him a bit of a burst here, really just to try and make him turn, and that's exactly what he does. This lets me get a bit of an advantage. In a straight chase I wouldn't have been able to catch him, but with manoeuvring like this, as long as I keep my turns gentle, I should be able to close the distance. Let's see this here. He goes in a loop. Still trying to chase him. He goes down low, trying to lose me, and he meets the trees. So yeah, I don't know if that counts as my kill or not, maneuver kill or not, but, well, that was good fun. So yeah, land that there. Now I come back out here. Bit of weather, I'm 1 kill away from an ace. Would like to get the ace. Trying to keep track of various enemies in this area. There's a Vigan heading in, but I decide to go in for this F5 that's trailing. Again, I mess this up. I keep turning in too early, and so I don't get a good angle on them. And that time I didn't have the altitude to do the manoeuvre, and so really almost pancaked. Lost my position, lost my energy advantage, really just for me being a bit impatient there. But I do re-establish it here, pull around, get a decent lock, just about fire, and I get hit. Just about to get the missile off, but wasn't in the cards there, about half a second away. So yeah, that was a really fun session. I think I did pretty well. Definitely learnt some lessons there. Need to get used to the Mig-21 a little bit more. Need to get a little more patient with the Mig-21, I think. Trying to jump the gun a little bit too much. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, please do consider leaving a like, a comment, or a subscribe. All really do help. And otherwise, I hope to catch you in the next video. Until then, remember to be kind to yourselves and everyone else. Cheers.